Hi, everybody. Welcome to My Vibin with Rae and Laura. Every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yes.
Thank you. So thank you in advance for joining us, and give us some likes and some hearts and share this sucker out for anybody who might need to hear some of this wisdom today. We're going to be talking about clarity, and we have some exercises and some journal prompts to take you guys through. So
Yes.
you are here. I want you to break out your pen and paper and get a glass of water, because we're going to be sharing a lot, and we're going to try to go at a pace that gives you some time to write some of these things down, because it's a lot. So the first thing we're going to do to gain clarity is we're going to do some centering breaths. And I was actually guided to do this because I was feeling a little bit like, I've been going lately, friends, back to back to back.
Yeah, she has.
Full shot. And Raylan's feeling a little funky too.
Yeah.
So I was kind of drawn to it for that, but I'm like, what better way to teach clarity, right?
Yeah.
Because it's very hard for our minds and our souls to focus on gaining clarity when our bodies are like a hot mess. So 3 to 5 deep cleansing breaths is the way that we activate our parasympathetic nervous system, and our bodies automatically relax, right? Our physiological state comes down from this heightened go lifestyle or whatever it is we're doing that day, and we're able to center a little bit. So, all right, so everybody just close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, really filling up your abdomen. And then breathe out through your mouth. Pulling your belly button to your spine to really squeeze out that breath. We're going to do 2 more of those. Deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Wringing out your abdomen like you would wring out a towel. Really squeeze all that breath out. And on your next breath in, when you get to the top, I want you to pause for a second. And then breathe in a little bit more to really fill yourself with full physical capacity. And hold for a second, and then breathe out. And just kind of shake your arms, wiggle your fingers, move your neck around. And for me, when I do that, I just feel like a little tingling in my cheeks, and I just feel a little bit rubberier, a little bit like Gumby, right? Gumby?
I'm Gumby, damn it! I'm Gumby. Yes, I do.
So anyway, so taking those few deep breaths activates that relaxation response in our bodies, so that we at least have one more obstacle that's not in the way of us accessing our true selves. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So, Raylin, do you want to why don't we share who we are, because we didn't do that at the beginning, just in case people haven't been here before.
Like, who are these randos coming up in my news feed, right? So thank you for that, my friend. My name is Raylan Sandin, and I am the owner of the Healing Space. And I am also a Wellness Universe member and world changer. I am I'm a Reiki master practitioner. I'm a hypnotist. I am finishing up my certification in emotion code. I have lots and lots of modalities, energetic modalities that I use. First and foremost, I am a healer, and I have my own journey of healing. In all honesty, we all have our own journey of healing going on. That's what our life is about. That's what this human journey is about, right? Mm-hmm. So I love working with clients and helping them to shift from stories of disempowerment, stories of victimization, etc., things that have gone on in their life, those who are looking to spiritually awaken, those who need extra boost along their journey, that sort of thing. Those are the individuals that I love working with. And Laura and I actually met each other in a group for practitioners and healers called Spiritpreneurs, with Coach Nick and through Emily Harrison with the Akashic Academy. And that's how you and I connected. But in all honesty, we've been soul connected for lifetimes, right, my friend?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Soul sisters for sure.
Yes.
And my name is Laura Mazzata, my friends, and I am a Reiki healer and Akashic guide. I've also been a therapist for 15 years. So I have been integrating a lot of energy healing and natural healing methods into my private practice with my clients, and have started this Emerge Healing and Wellness business as well as like a separate extension of that. And what I find is that the skills really work very naturally together. And I enter the Akashic records and offer Reiki healing, tapping, inner child work, narrative work, really to get specific and clear. There's that clarity again.
Yes.
On answers that people are having trouble finding the answer to. The questions that people are finding having, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And but what I suffer with a chronic illness, and that started a few years ago. So I really want to help people navigate how to heal themselves, and whether that's from mental illness or mental illness, or just a space of trauma and negativity. You know, how can you empower yourself to use some of these tools you already have within, and not have to try 8,000 different things to figure out what works, you know, because it can be such a big world to navigate. So to be able to say, hey, you know what, I've been there, done that, and maybe I can guide you to kind of get this jam going a little sooner for you so that you can heal yourself.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the key, isn't it? Is we're just simply guides that hold the space to allow people to heal themselves. No healer is someone that, you know, comes along and, oh, bless you, my friend, you're totally cured, you know, move on kind of a thing, right? It's a matter of holding space, using those modalities that we have been attuned to, and enabling and empowering people to do their own healing work.
Yeah, and I learned that very early in the therapy as a therapist, which is actually very disempowering to people to save them and fix them.
Yes.
It really, and it's interfering with their journey, you know, like
yes.
They need to feel certain things. They need to experience certain things to be able to learn from them, to gain the lessons from them, to learn how to tune in to their body, emotional and energetic and physical bodies, to be able to say, oh, okay, now I know when I'm off, or I know how to, you know, jump into X or jump into Y, depending on where I am.
Yep.
Teaching that ability to tune in is where the power lies.
Yep, 100%. And I've said the same thing too. You know, I share with clients that, and I'm sure you have as well, that it really, as healers, and oftentimes we are also empaths, we're intuitive, etc. It is kind of our lesson to learn that it's not our business to fix other people, right? And to get involved in the work of it in that way. We cannot fix others. We can't make their lives better for them, but we definitely have the ability and the power to hold the space and reflect back those things that people need to learn, and those areas that they need to heal from. You know, we just shared in a journaling group on Sunday. You guys were kind enough to share with me about my own issues in my personal life with you know, that aspect of healing with my husband, you know, and I feel such tremendous responsibility as a healer, don't you?
Yeah.
For the people that are around us. And, you know, I know I was taking ownership of that in a way that was inappropriate and wrong. Hey, Lori, and hi, Sherry. And I was internalizing that, and my ego got involved, and I was feeling the weight, or feeling as though it's my responsibility. And who am I as a healer, as somebody in this world working with energies, if I can't get a handle, or if my own husband is having issues, right? Dang, talk about clarity in that moment.
Yeah, that's the beauty of being on the journey that we've been on, right? Is that, we've been there. I mean, have we experienced everything everybody else has? No, we haven't. But we can identify with the vibration of being in that space. And there was so much hesitation before I kind of went public with this business about, but I'm not healed yet.
Yeah.
Like I'm not 100% yet.
Yep.
I might be 85, I might be 80, but I'm not 100. So, but being able to authentically state that, I'm going to have my bad days.
Yep.
Like Raylyn and I were just talking before we came on here publicly, that both of us are kind of like,
yeah.
So
we're leaning into the
exactly. And I think it's really important to talk about the fact that, just because we're on this spiritual journey and we're healers, doesn't mean that we are magically enlightened and we never,
right?
Raylyn never has problems with her husband and I never have problems with my health. And, you're going to have your days. So it's a combination of honoring those days, honoring what you're going through so that you really use your intuition to tune in.
Right.
And using the skills, and we're going to teach you some today, of how do I tune in? What is this teaching me? Right. So we can be little guinea pigs for you guys today, since we're a little bit of a hot mess. And we're going to say, all right, how do we tune in?
Yes.
Our hot messiness.
Exactly.
And, what is this saying to me? What am I learning? What do I need to learn from this? So one of the ways that both of us have gained clarity, and one tool that we've used to see more clearly, is using cards. Yeah. And you can use oracle cards. You can use just affirmation cards. But what's that one called? The name was in the way. Empowering what?
Empowering questions.
Empowering questions. Okay.
Yep.
Raylyn's going to pull us a couple of those. So guys, we said early on when we started, I don't know if you guys were with us, but get out a pen and paper, because we actually have a lot of tools and questions, journal questions, exercises to share with you today. And I don't want you to miss it, because this is something that you can really use to explore in your own time, at your own pace. So Raylyn, do you want to grab a couple cards for people?
Yes, it would be an honor and a pleasure. Okay, there is 1 and 2. Okay. The very first one, and again, this is the Empowering Questions deck. What is the most courageous thing I've done? How did it make me feel? What is the most courageous thing I've done? How did it make me feel?
I'm writing it down too.
Perfect. And I'll take photos of these cards too for the replay and post them in the comments, so that if you're catching it on the replay, you've got them as well. And then the next card is, this is a good one. What is my biggest dream? What can I do today to move closer to that dream? What is my biggest dream? What can I do today to move closer to that dream?
And let me just tell you guys, one of the things with cards is that the understanding is that it is wisdom that comes from spirit.
Yes.
So to trust that the cards that are pulled for you in this moment, or collectively, or whatever resonates, are the ones that have the messages that you need to explore, or the ones that you need to hear at this time. And Spirit's never going to give you anything that you're not prepared to integrate.
Yes.
So understanding that, even if you think, oh, well, that's a silly question, do it. Write the answers. Okay. 100%. Because maybe something underneath that, an answer that you're not even consciously aware of, that Spirit is guiding you to.
And, along with that too, Laura, and you and I do this all the time with our own journaling, is we do not edit ourselves. So whatever flows. So the words that come, we simply write those down. The concepts that come, we simply write those down. And it's not an interruption of a process, but it's an allowing of, like Laura mentioned, you know, if there is a sub concept or an idea coming forward for you, write that down. Don't question anything. Just simply write it down, because it's our subconscious mind, spirit bringing that to our forefront in order for us to witness it. And there's always the perfect message there for us in that.
Yeah, and the best work that that I think I do, and that I also receive from other intuitives, is when they don't filter what comes in.
Yes.
Right? So when I'm in the records and like a random, animal comes to me, or a random word or a random image, and I'm like, well, this is weird and it doesn't make sense and I feel silly saying it.
Right.
The more that we literally just receive, I'm telling you, every single time that I just go with it, it turns into such amazing wisdom every single time.
Every single time.
It's not filtering that. It's not, curbing that with our ego or our self-consciousness or what have you.
Exactly. All right.
Or no?
Yeah, I can pull from the Sacred Empowerment deck.
Yeah, do it. We want one more.
All right. Okay. So the Sacred Empowerment deck is actually coming in threes for us. So we're going to get 3 of those today.
Okay.
Not to flood us with, and this is what it looks like, the Sacred Empowerment deck. So the very first one, I embrace infinite possibility.
Ugh. Ouch.
Right? I embrace infinite possibility.
So what I do with these, when Rae gives me these fabulous ones, hi Molly, thanks for coming, is I write down, I embrace infinite possibility, and just do automatic writing. Right? Yes. Usually it starts with cursing.
Yeah. Laura's authentic in that way. Yes.
I start to think like, oh God, like what, I know this is bringing something up for me, and I'm like so not looking forward to doing this process.
Did you see the article that came up in my news? It came up in my news feed either this morning or yesterday on Facebook that said, be friends with people who swear. Psychologists recommend that. Like,
you've already achieved that goal.
Yeah, that's my sister Laura.
Absolutely. Anyway, once I get over my little tantrum on my journaling page, I move on. But that particular deck I love. That's the Sacred Empowerment deck?
Yep, Sacred Empowerment deck.
You found that on Etsy?
I did actually. I found it on the American Academy of Mind Body Healing.
That's really a long name.
It is. I'll type it in the comments.
All right.
But you know what else too? I love to use these also as affirmations, right? Of those statements, those powerful statements of ourselves and where we're at. And and when we speak, we are speaking power into our lives, or we're speaking disempowerment, right? So speaking these gives us that power boost. I have chills right now just even holding the card in my hand, especially this one. This one is, my body is vibrant and beautiful.
Oh,
my body is vibrant and beautiful. How appropriate is that for you, my friend, and us? Wow. Okay, and here's the final one. Oh my God, go ahead.
No, go. Right. I'm talking.
Okay, friend, this is the final one, and OMG, you're gonna, forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. When I forgive others, I free myself from burdens of the past.
There we go.
Here we go. What did we say? Shit's getting real, girlfriend. Shit's getting real.
Oh, and the thing is what we just read in our Radical Forgiveness book and Journaling Junkies was how when we say affirmations out loud, or speak our truth out loud, that yes, like you just said, those words carry a vibration and they carry power and they gain power, but particularly when we share them and speak them out loud with others, they just gain energy and momentum, which then has that ripple effect, right?
Yes.
Rachel, thanks for coming. So if you guys are just joining us, we are pulling some cards because we're teaching you guys some tools that you can use on your own to gain clarity. We started with the breath, and we did 3 to 5 really deep breaths. We did 3 here, but 3 to 5 is what you take to activate the parasympathetic nervous system and calm your physiological body down, okay?
Yes.
So we did that to kind of leave us with one less obstacle to access that inner wisdom. And then just pulling some cards, which we're encouraging you guys to have a pen and paper for so that you can write some of these down. Use them as journal prompts or affirmations for yourself, okay?
Yes.
So I embrace infinite possibility. That's a very interesting one because we were just having our offline conversation about how both of us are having a little trouble with trust lately, right? So saying I embrace infinite possibility feels like this knot, this little tension right in my heart chakra, right in my chest, like, oh, you're not really feeling that. You got a little resistance because I'm gripping on a little too tightly. I think I'm just going too much right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But to say I embrace infinite possibility, energetically, I'm not fully aligned with that.
Well, and I'm feeling it in my gut. And, you know, our gut is the seat of our sacral and our solar plexus, predominantly solar plexus, right? And that's where we get our identity, our drive, our ambition, our sense of well-being and safety and all of that from. And I agree with you. I was even thinking this morning some limiting thoughts on surrounding, you know, this way that I'm showing up in the world and with, you know, bringing the message to others toward healing and all of that stuff. And I was holding a limited view in my mind of what that should look like. And this is reminding me that if I'm limiting the scope and what things should look like in this realm, then I'm the one who's disempowered. I need to embrace infinite possibilities and be open and allowing.
But that you're actually, you know, you're not disempowered. You are fully empowered. You just have to access it.
Thank you. Yep. 100%.
We are all fully empowered. There's a lot of weight that's on top of that empowerment. Remove those weights. We need to clear those blocks so that we have access to what's already there. I mean, you talk about the solar plexus, that's our inner sun right here above our belly button, right? Our seat of power and self-esteem and confidence. And, you know, the more weight we take off, the more that can shine, the more that can expand, right?
Yeah. And look at the cover of this card too.
Like that.
There it is. There's the sun right there.
Yep.
Woo! Okay.
All right. So let us know, guys. Comment below if you're having issues with trusting the universe, with surrendering, with trusting source, trusting yourself. Because, I mean, they all go together because this conversation with Rae and I started with her saying that she's having trouble trusting herself. She's doubting herself. And that's funny because I'm having trouble trusting my faith right now. And it's in and out, right? And it's very briefly, you know, ultimately I can make myself back in and I know what that wisdom is at the core, right? But, you know, I'm feeling a little shaky. So
same here. And yeah, absolutely. Share with us on the page. And I have, rightfully so, I have the Surrender Yourself deck by Dr. Judith Orloff, who is a psychologist out of California and an empath. And she writes and has done a lot of studies, valid scientific studies on empaths and intuitives. And honestly, the fact of the matter is we all have these abilities. It's whether or not we tap into them. And she speaks a lot about how empaths and intuitives show up in this world and how we do help others in healthy ways. So this deck If you share what is coming up for you, then we will pull a card for you on areas and messages from spirit on what you need to surrender and how that can help you.
That was one of my first decks, and it is one of my favorites. It doesn't have a book with it. It just has those brief statements at the bottom, but
yep.
I feel like it is so solid every time. That's like one of my favorites. I love it.
Yeah, same.
Right. So while you guys kind of think and, decide, and Raylan, can you just pop a comment in there while I start to take people through this exercise of, just encouraging them or asking the question for anybody who pops on after this point.
Absolutely.
So Raylan and I are part of a writing group with Laura DeFranco, and we get these prompts that we can write freely on and share with one another and stuff like that. And so one of our prompts was on clarity, okay? And one of the things that Laura DeFranco said was everyone is craving clarity. And I think that's such a good way of putting it, that everyone is craving clarity because, whether it's in a particular situation or whether you just want to feel like, I'm pretty solid and decisive. So no matter what gets thrown my way, I want to be able to feel like I have enough clarity to confidently come up with a response or a true confident understanding of, how I feel about it or what my stance is on it. Okay.
Yes.
So I wanted to share what I wrote on this because it's an exercise really to gain clarity. All right. So I'm going to try to go at a pace that encourages you guys to write some of these things down. Okay.
Okay.
And it's not an exercise that you can necessarily all do right now because some of it has a creative component, but it's something I would encourage you to kind of get the steps of so that you can practice it on your own. Okay. So it looks like Lori shared a thought. So if you can pull a card for her while I'm doing this exercise, that would be awesome.
Will do.
Okay. So my first answer to this was that using my physical body gives me clarity. Whether I'm using tapping, whether I'm using breathing, exercising, yoga, mudras, any use of my physical body taps me into the beginning of seeking clarity. So once I start to use my physical body in whatever way I choose, I write, I can breathe. I feel lighter, easier, and more energetic. So how do I get to that space of feeling lighter, easier, more energetic? When I'm feeling really low, when I'm feeling like I'm in a place of density and negativity. All right. So the first thing you do is you take some off the top. Okay. By chanting, singing, stomping, or using your body to move some of that energy around. Because now you're in flow. Now the energy is flowing. Okay. Mm-hmm. When that energy starts flowing, the creative juices are flowing. So now you ask, what do I use them for? How can I tap into that creativity? So that can be very individual based on the person. Coloring, painting, picture journaling, photography, dancing is creative. You can go back to singing again.
Love that.
Once you do that,
yep.
You sit down and you color, or you engage in this creative flow. Mm-hmm. I was sharing in my meditation circle the other night. I pulled a card from Archangel Gabriel right before I went in.
Oh, yes.
I was in the records, and it was be creative just for the sake of being, not to have something to be marketable, not to have something to have to share with other people, but just be creative for the sake of being creative for yourself. Right. And see what unfolds, see what comes up, right?
We have a friend. Yeah, we have a friend in our journaling group, Kristen, who just simply paints for the joy of it. She's taught herself, she's done this before, but she's taught herself that new form of resin painting. And she, during journaling group, just sits there and paints, and she creates, I have chills. She creates the most beautiful, vivid pictures.
They're gorgeous.
Gorgeous. And, that I love to draw mandalas, and I draw them for my friends. And I have one in queue for you, my friend. It's being worked on now. Yes. Yes. So I love you too. And I love that. I think being creative has been, for me, a huge remembrance and a huge outlet for tapping into those areas.
Yeah.
Do you want me to share Lori's card with her?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll stop here because people can maybe catch up in writing down some of these steps. Go ahead.
Great. All right, Lori, here is your message from the universe. Lori was sharing that. Do you want to pop her comment on the screen?
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah.
Cool. So Lori's been having some trouble with trust as well, you know, just like us, like many of us, right? And this is coming up for her. Finances is always a big area that all of us need to learn to trust and to surrender. And this is the perfect message for her. Surrender to results.
That's what I was going to say.
Yep.
And timing, right?
Yes. So it says the formula for success is to do all that you can, is to do all you can to make things happen and then let go of results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. There you go, my friend. There's your message, Lori.
That video I did, oh my gosh, it was like a couple months ago on gripping things to death, because I felt like I went through that 1 week or something with my clients where like every single one of my clients was just like, like in that position of force, you know, wanting to force everything to happen. And, you know, understanding that it will happen in its own time, that, you know, spirit decides what our timeline is and when that should come into our lives. And that's a very hard thing to do. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I feel like that's where trust is so hard to sink into.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Yeah, when it comes to our like livelihood and like supporting our children. And I'm like, so I'm supposed to trust that like, you know, this dude or whoever it is up there is going to be taking care of me. And, you know, like I got to pay my bills.
Yes. Yes. Well, and you know, you and I, we were talking in our conversation before the show started. We were talking about this very thing too. So this isn't just a need to surrender for Lori. I think it's a universal message. All right, Rachel, we'll get a card pulled for you. Creativity outlet that she was drawn to.
Yeah, and you know what else I want you to do, Raylin? I want to pull a sacred empowerment card for her, because I think she needs to do some writing. That's what I'm being told, is to do some writing on
for Rachel or Lori?
Rachel, for Rachel.
Gotcha. Doing it.
Because writing is a creative outlet.
Yes, it is.
So
if Rachel loves music, and listening to music is creativity as well. Dude, that girl.
Rock out, Rachel, you got to rock out.
Right. Oh, okay. So Rachel, your sacred empowerment card. This is for Rachel. I am ever expanding radiance. Oh, wow. I am ever expanding radiance. That's her card. And here's her surrender card. And then we'll get to Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. All right, Rachel, here is your surrender card. Surrender to passion.
Oh, that's the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is passion and creativity.
It is. Dang it, dude. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Woo! Bam! And this is so appropriate for Rachel too. Holy cow. Okay. I'll save them and I'm posting
Rachel,
pictures.
What I was going to say, I want to say two things to Rachel on this regarding creativity and passion. Okay. One is you can draw fire. Just fill a page with fire. Get like orange and red and purple and blue crayons or markers or something, and just draw fire in whatever way you envision it, just flames all over the page. And the other thing I was going to say was, you know, I think, is the new moon coming up? The new moon's coming up, right?
I think so. Yeah. And we're in Lionsgate too.
Yeah. So use whatever your journal prompts are that you'd like to release before you set your intentions on the new moon, and burn that shit.
Yes.
Go outside and create a sacred ceremony for yourself that includes fire and burning some of that off, because creating sacred ceremony is also a very creative and passionate force and way of using creativity. So that's it. That's all I have to say on that.
Love it. Howl at the moon, girlfriend. Howl at the moon.
Now, before you pull Sherry's,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going on this a little bit, okay?
We won't forget you, Sherry.
Remembering that your first step is using your body. Okay, taking some off the top. Use your body by chanting, exercising, singing, breathing, stomping. Once that energy is flowing, now you're in flow and your creative juices are flowing and you're going to get creative in some way. We just talked about that creativity and different ways we can do that, okay? So now that you do that, now you're focused. So what does focus help us do? It helps us move forward on an area we've been sitting on. It helps us take action because now we're focused. We can take more focused action, okay? So now do one thing, one step toward one thing, because action solidifies your commitment to yourself and your purpose in this moment. Now your mind has direction and you're one step in, which offers you clarity for the next time you get stuck, okay? So the question that came up here was, so how do I know what to focus on? This is where trust comes in, right? Saying that your content will come from your creativity, from that part of your body that has opened up from moving. What are the colors you were using? The theme or the vibe of the music you were playing, the theme of the picture you drew. While you were in this creative process, what did you feel in your body and where? What symbolism can be captured in this physical space? So what I want you guys to all do is to close your eyes and we're going to take 3 deep breaths, okay? In through your nose, out through your mouth, releasing every last drop of that breath, and then in again, out through your mouth, and then one more time, in through your nose, and releasing through your mouth. Releasing your mind and allowing your body to feel heavy and wherever you're sitting right now. Allowing your body to feel heavy and focus your awareness on your third eye. Allow whatever symbol or idea or image or color that came to your mind when we were talking about creativity to dance in your mind's eye as if you were watching a movie. How does this dance or this movie play out without obstacles? How does it play out if you had complete freedom and without scrutiny? Envisioning this, I want you to tap into how this makes you feel. Identify that feeling and sit with it for a moment. Now capture this feeling as if you were taking a snapshot. This feeling, this space, this image, this movie that you're watching and playing out in your third eye is the place from where you manifest your dreams, your goals, your purpose, your focus. You can choose to access this vibration at any, once you get a sense of what you see, hear, touch, smell, and taste in this space. Make a choice to access this vibration daily for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, however long is necessary to fully bask in and absorb and integrate this vibe into your energy field. Your consistency in this practice is the cornerstone for manifesting your dreams, for trusting yourself and reminding yourself of your reliability, of your goals, of your focus, and of your purpose.
Love it.
I'm off my soapbox now.
Well, it's a great soapbox. All right.
That's not something you guys could really dive fully into right now. I wanted it to be on video for you to return to, so that when you're stuck with not feeling that level of clarity, it's something that you can follow through in stepwise progression.
Absolutely.
Sherry's turn, putting up her comment.
All right. So, struggling with what my life path is for saying what my heart desires, but I'm getting limited by others, for this is their way, and also realizing the hard work that I've invested seems to backfire. So I'm feeling it must not be the path.
She has one more comment I'm putting up.
Thank you. Meaning I feel I'm being limited in all areas and truly feel I am so much more, if that makes sense. Makes total sense. But you're reacting and responding to the resistance that other people are projecting onto you, that they feel themselves out of their own fears of you growing and moving and shifting and coming forward and stepping into your power. Okay, which a lot of us, gosh, can identify with, just even in my own experience in coming forward in a more visible, exposed way with what I'm doing right now, and with, you know, the collaboration with Laura and just everything that we have going on, right? I have bumped into that, but it's the recognition that it's other people's resistance coming forward, not yours. Right. So I feel like she needs a couple of sacred empowerment cards.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, dude, 2 of them came off in my hand, as well as we'll do a surrender card for her too, okay? Oh. Her first sacred empowerment card. Here we go. I am enough just as I am. Mm. Bam. Mic drop. Don't you have chills? I have chills. Yeah. It's 100 degrees here, you guys.
That one actually makes me a little anxious.
Oh, hearing that? Yeah. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because why? Because we get the messages from society, or we believe the messages, right? That we're not enough, that we have to be doing, that there's more, right? Whoo! Okay, this one is also speaking to me too. So thank you, Sherry, and I know it's going to speak to you as well. Thank you, Sherry. We're all mirrors for each other here. Damn. There is power in patience. I have all the time I need. Okay. I'm
that makes me think of Lori too, you know, with her comment earlier.
Amen.
You know, and really surrendering your patience to that spirit's timeline.
100%. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Here's the surrender card. Surrender to complete healing. And there's another card. There's another card that I picked before Laura's that I held out because I felt like it was speaking to me, but it's for all of us. I'll share that in a minute. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing.
Let me see that image again. Hold it up.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I love that.
Isn't that incredible? And then here's the next one. Girl, this is a conviction right now in my heart. Surrender comparisons with other people. Bam. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Here we go. Here we go. Powerful, 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 powerful.
And, you know, I actually just thought of a good creative exercise too.
Let's do it.
That I've used before. It really gets me thinking, but it to tune in really to my intuition and get an idea of what my answers are. So take something like what's coming up for me is trust. Okay. So, you know, you align, it's like those poems that we used to do when we were in like 3rd grade, right? Where we line up the letters of trust, you know, vertically on a piece of paper, and you figure out
like an acronym.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
What does T mean? What does R mean? What does U mean? And really you're making like this visual poem out of the first letters of the word trust.
Yes.
It's a journaling exercise, but it's also a creative exercise, and it forces you to kind of go a little bit deeper because you have to think harder about, you know, what what that symbolizes for you, where that's coming up for you, and
Yes.
trusting, especially if you're in a space of stillness and silence, that the answers that are supposed to come through to fill in those letters are the ones that are the messages you're supposed to hear.
Yes. I love doing those. I love doing those, and I'll do that sometime. I also love crossword puzzles too, like the ones that they show the memes on Facebook, where just kind of glancing at it, what comes out into your immediate awareness. And it's always, those word messages are always
the
ones,
word searches. Yeah.
Word search. Thank you. The ones that pop out at me are like, oh my God, I needed to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I have chills. This is power. These cards are incredibly powerful. I hope that they can see the images. I've been taking, while you're talking, I've been taking the snapshots of them.
Okay.
So, woo!
If you weren't here before, we're asking you to share, if you can or if you want to, sharing areas in which you're having trouble trusting, whether it's yourself or the universe or source or spirit. And we have been offering opportunities for you guys to explore clarity in your own life, right? When you're feeling confused and when you're feeling lost or just dense, you know. And this is something that you guys can return to later to watch and capture some of these prompts. Some of them we've been able to write down.
Yes.
Comments. Thank you, Amanda. Thanks so much for joining us.
Would you like a card?
Amanda, do you want a card?
Love to pull for her.
Thank you for sharing this out, because I know that there's other people who are in this space of questioning, right? Like, I don't know if I'm trusting today, or, you know, in this moment. And
yes,
I always say 3 times makes a pattern. So write it out, honor it, and, you know, respect that it's coming up for a reason. And then if it comes up the second day and then it comes up the third day, you can be like, all right, this is becoming a little bit more consistent. There's something underneath this that I need to explore a little bit. You know, this is becoming a pattern.
Yes, absolutely. And patterns, as we know, are there communicating with us in order for us to resolve them, to look at them, explore them, and heal them, right?
Absolutely.
100%, which is why this stuff keeps coming up for me as well. You know, I was having the conversation with myself this morning surrounding all of this and these feelings, and everyone showing up is reflecting back at me the feelings that I've been having. And I was telling myself this morning, it's an opportunity for me to heal. It's an opportunity for me to heal. And you and I, we love working with Ho'oponopono and the power of that as well. And Ho'oponopono is the ancient Hawaiian reconciliation process. And it's simply comprised of 4 statements. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. I'm sorry. And so this morning I was cleaning all around all of these feelings. And I'm so grateful that this is showing up reflected back to me, because it's an opportunity for me to heal that, not only and clear it for myself, but also for everyone else showing up. And for those that are going to watch the replay, because I know that it will resonate with them as well.
So this is what I was kind of being called to do, Raylin. I was thinking, do you think that we could both send some Reiki to the audience and send it to their solar plexus, since this is an area that we've been kind of focusing on today and talking about in terms of clarity and confidence? And
absolutely.
Okay. So why don't we just take a minute to, if you have, or I want you to just sit back and receive, right? Close your eyes, take some breaths, keep your breath moving, because that helps the energy move through you. And Raylin and I are going to just take a few moments here to send some Reiki to those of you who are here live and on the replay, okay?
Yep.
So just sit back, close your eyes, and just receive. when we started this a second ago, I was feeling like a large rock, like a ball,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels like it's breaking into pebbles. Now I'm at pebble level at this point. I feel like it's softening and kind of.
Good. I'm sending quantum along with it, so.
For me, it's turned into this very thick, almost pasty energy, which is good because it's fluid now, right? We can move it, we can manipulate it, we can spreading it.
Yep.
Almost coating the area. And once it's coated, we can kind of illuminate that.
Sherry said she saw a medium to large size white or gray rock as well.
Yeah, that's exactly the color it was for me. Sure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So now that we have this kind of paste over it, I'm going to send, I think they're doing work under my office. I don't know if you can hear that, but so I'm going to illuminate this.
I'm working in the crown now as well.
Okay, like a yellow whitish energy, almost like a crystalline light yellow in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to illuminate that and kind of expand that up. Almost like I'm pulling that paste up into a giant bubble above your solar plexus, which then just kind of vaporizes.
Love it.
And dissolves and opens into this semicircle, kind of like a sun, right? Which is what our solar plexus is.
Yep.
Take a deep breath, everybody. Allowing that release, that bubble dissolving, and just allowing and receiving the rays of that space to just warm and expand. Knowing and being grateful for the fact that this is being radiated out to not just us in this space, but everyone that we touch and that comes into contact with our energy field.
Yep. Woo! Powerful.
Friends, let me know if you guys have any feelings or thoughts on that, or if you have questions. In fact, Raylin, what I wanted you to share briefly is if you could just tell us what quantum healing is.
Sure, absolutely. So quantum healing, and when it works with other healing modalities, it adds like supercharged energy to that. But a quantum is defined as the smallest particle that we know of, even smaller than subatomic particles. And it is essentially the source of energy creation, awareness, consciousness, etc., the finite source of it, direct from source, right? So it is the smallest makeup of what we experience in this world with energy. And it is not, again, just like Reiki, it is not an energy that is found and sourced within myself or within you, but it is in life creation. So when it is added to, even by itself, it's extremely powerful, obviously, but when it's added to other healing modalities as well, it's just, it's incredible. And it can move through things and really shift and mitigate those blocks, like you were experiencing. You saw that rock and then it just morphed into just pebbles, and then it became like a liquidy gel that then you were able to manipulate and burst forward as a bubble. So it's incredibly, incredibly healing. And just for our viewers and for yourself as well, I'm going to begin to, as part of my certification in this, I need to serve 90 clients. So I'm going to begin to offer free quantum healing sessions. So you heard it here first. I haven't even announced it on my page yet. So
awesome. I want one. I want one.
All right, you got it, my friend. You know, you're first in line. So anyone watching this on the live and in the replay, go to my Healing Space page or comment here, and I would love to get in touch with you and begin that process for you. What did Sherry say?
She said, when we did the breathing earlier, I had an image of a black door with bright light shining around outside of it. Then you did the Reiki, saw a rock, and had chills as soon as Laura mentioned it and had to type. Once closed my eyes, got the same door image, except was light shining in the middle as where you would open.
Wow. So that's a message for you, my friend. All you need to do is reach over and open that door, and you have all the power of that light standing on the other side waiting for you.
That's beautiful.
Wow. Yes. Woo. I love it. Don't you love it? Love it. He does. Yes. We are vibing today.
We are vibing, friends. Always when we're together, hence the high vibing. So let us know, guys, if you have thoughts or topics that you would like to hear about, or you need more information on, or you'd like us to demonstrate or share with you.
Yeah.
We are on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yep.
So we will be back with you next Tuesday. And, please shoot us a comment, private message, if there are things that you'd like to learn about how to heighten your vibe, how to gain clarity, things like that, so that we can serve you in the best way that we can.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today, for watching, for sharing, tagging your friends, and for honoring the space that we hold for you, and for showing up authentically, and really for opening up and sharing what's going on for you as well, because we really are mirrors for one another. And this, I know, is going to touch many, many lives and help so many to kind of move through this. Mm-hmm. Right?
Absolutely. It's such a gift, and it heals us as well, to do this work. And so before we jump off, I just want both of us to share what's going on in our communities this week so that people know what to look for or what's coming up. So, Raylyn, why don't you share what's coming up in your community, the Healing Space?
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. So we have our Journaling Junkies group. We meet every Sunday. We're right now going through the book, Radical Forgiveness. And it is a powerful, impactful book. Mm-hmm. And that meets on Sundays at, what is it for you, noon Eastern?
Noon Eastern time, yeah.
Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard, Pacific. We float right now with Pacific time, so 9 a.m. And you can join that on the Healing Space page. We are in the middle of that book, but if you're looking to join when we start our next book, that will come up in the middle of September. So hit me up on my page and check that out. And other than that, like I've said, I have the quantum healing sessions that I am going to be offering to do that. And there's lots of other projects under construction right now. So too soon to tell.
On Thursday, Raylyn?
We do have a development circle going on the page. It is free. For those of you that are in your intuitive developing process and would like to meet with other members that are looking to develop their intuitive awareness as well, and we'll be holding space on that. That's Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard and Pacific, and that is 9 p.m. for you Eastern.
Yep.
Yep.
And then what time is your show on Thursday? Don't you have a show on Thursday?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
I'm just helping you remember your schedule. That's all.
No, you're amazing. Thank you. I do have a show. I do know this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And then my show on Thursday is called Raise Your Vibration with Rae Lynn. It goes live on the Healing Space page at noon Mountain Standard and Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And this week I'll be interviewing the founder and CEO of the Wellness Universe, Anna Pereira. And she is a wonderful, wonderful human being who has gotten this global vision to support healers and wellness professionals in this wellness universe and empower them and enable them to get their messages out and their healing out in powerful, impactful ways to the world. So join us on Thursday, noon Mountain Standard and Pacific, and 3 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
I'm here to guide you through your schedule.
Oh my gosh, I know, right?
So for Emerge Healing and Wellness, this schedule that's coming up, my friends, is Sunday is my next meditation circle, August 4th, and that is 8 p.m. Eastern time over Zoom, 5 p.m. Mountain time. And we all get together. I post journal prompts during the week, and then put those journal prompts together into a collective meditation, and we do some tapping, and then I guide you through the meditation, which is crazy powerful with all the collective intuition together. I enjoy it so much. And then afterwards, we kind of process whatever comes through, sometimes send Reiki to whatever situations or issues have come up. And we've been getting some pretty strong spirit messages the last couple sessions as well.
Huge.
So it's just a really nice group of people supporting and sharing in their energy with one another.
Yes.
And then Monday, I have my show live with Laura at noon Eastern Standard Time on my Facebook page. And I'm going to be hosting Nick Pereira that day. He is a motivational strategist, yogi, and speaker who has recently shifted his business over from to more of that, more of the motivational speaking and the yogi and the spiritual entrepreneur stuff. So I'm really excited to have him on and to spend some time with him. He's been really influential in my own development with business and otherwise. And he's just a really good, genuine soul, an excellent guide. And I would love to have you join us and just ask any questions you might have of him.
Coach Nick is phenomenal. That's where you and I met, is in him and his and Emily Harrison's Akashic Academy Blueprint class. So that was phenomenal experience. Love him. Yay. Excited to see that.
All right. I'm sending all you guys so much love. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being receptive to our energy and our messages. And we hope to see you next week.
Yay. Thank you guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.